Good evening. It's Wednesday night. Time for another Facebook Live. Tonight we are going to be playing with some Halloween stuff. I love making Halloween projects. I know it's not for everyone, but I really love them. And we always have some cute stamps and bundles in our holiday catalog. So this is one of the ones we're going to be playing with. At the end, I'll also tell you who won the card from last week that we made last week, and that was this one. It was using one of the celebration sets called Feels Like Home, and that was just a simple card with that. So I will tell you who won that at the end. I actually did remember to draw. Hey, Betty. So while I'm giving y'all a minute to get on, I'm going to head over to my laptop and share it with my group in case somebody's looking there. It always takes it a minute for it to show up. Hey, Lanita, I'm glad you could join us. And my laptop has really been acting up lately, so we'll see. Maybe. There we go. It's thinking. It's thinking. It's thinking. Almost. There we go. Okay. Now we are shared over there in case anybody is looking at the group. As always, I will post the dimensions for this card on my blog after this is done. And don't forget the host code for September is here. And if you place an order online using this host code, then I'll send you 20 handmade cards. So that's your bonus this month for placing an order. Okay, let's get started. So the stamp set I'm using is this Cutest Halloween, and it's really cute. It's got paper. Hang on, let me grab the paper because you have to see it. The paper is adorable too. So it's got some that it's black and white, some that's these Halloween creatures. Oh, cat. So some of these you can punch out with a punch. But it's got some really nice, like the skeleton you can, or the skull. Really pretty, or really cute. Cute paper. And then there is a punch that goes with it. And the punch is on back order right now. So you can still order the bundle and save the 10%, but the punch will come in October 11th is what they're guesstimating. So that still gives you time to do some Halloween crafting after that. But these shapes are very simple. So if you just wanted to buy the stamp set, you could definitely cut those out without any trouble at all, without the punch. Now I am going to use the punch tonight just because I have it. But it would be easy to cut them out. The paper that I'm using is actually not any of that Halloween paper. It is this big set of, I forget what it's called, Pattern Party Designer series paper. And this is in the annual catalog, and it is a hostess item. This is hard to do. So there's all these different colors of paper, really bright, pretty, fun paper. And then the back side is all black and white. I'm sorry, it's hard to do this. So the back side is all black and white. And so that's what I'm using for this card tonight, now that I've destroyed everything, is this buffalo check. Black and white buffalo check paper. But we're going to color it so it all goes together. So let's get started. We're going to stamp our cat heads first. And because these are photopolymer, I'm going to get my Stampin' Pierce mat out. And I'm going to use Memento Black for the outline. And when you're doing this, you want to kind of pay attention to the way your punch is oriented. So I'm going to want to stamp these upside down. And we're just going to do three cat heads. Now, I guess I wouldn't have to stamp them upside down. I could certainly turn the paper, which I am going to do while I'm doing their faces. Because I want to do their faces right side up. So there's another little stamp that is the cat's face. So it's got his eyes, nose, mouth, whiskers. Let's see if I can do this. It's always a trick when you're not right over it. Uh-oh, I think I just stuck my finger in it. All right, so 3 little cat faces. Actually, while we have this out, let's stamp our sentiment. And I die cut this this is one of my favorite label die sets. It's the Tasteful Labels, and it's got fabulous labels, but this is the one I used. But it's just really got great label sets, great label dies. And this, so I did this in Halloween colors, but there's really nothing Halloween about what I did. I just you put a smile on my face. You could do this in a different color and it wouldn't seem Halloween. I mean, this isn't necessarily Halloween now, but the orange makes it seem a little bit Halloween, but it wouldn't have to be. All right, so again, let's see if I can do this straight. Ooh, I think that turned just as I went. We'll see. Not too bad. Okay, now we are done with the black, the Memento black. All right, and then I used 3 different colors for the cats. Now, we can put that aside, bring our cats back. There's an inside stamp for these. My Smoky Slate, I think you can kind of see, needs re-inking in the middle. That's where I inked this up so it was lighter because I wanted more contrast between the 3 colors. So that's a pretty light Smoky Slate. If I did it, well, let me see if I can get scratch paper. If I did it down in this corner, then it's darker. So I kind of did it in the middle so I would have that lighter color. All right, here. I was like, I need so we're done with Smoky Slate. And because I'm doing 3 different colors, I have to clean my stamp in between each one. So let's use our chamois, clean that off. The next one I used was Gray Granite. And it is also a gray, but it has a little bit of a brown tone to it. So we'll do that Gray Granite for that one. And then the last one, let me clean this again. The last one is Basic Gray. So it is definitely a darker gray. And there we go. So just fun to use 3 different colors. You could do them all the same color. You could do 2 of one color and 1 of a different, I mean, whatever combination you want to use, you could definitely do. All right. That is all of our stamping. I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to set that aside. And now we're going to do our coloring. So I have I'm going to get some scratch paper. I have my buffalo plaid. Make sure I'm staying where you can see what I'm doing. And my blending brush, you can tell I've done a lot of orange with this blending brush. I did these cards for a swap, so I did like 14 of them, I think it was. So I used lots of pumpkin pie ink. So this is pumpkin pie ink. And I'm just going to get it inked up. And then I like to start off, although I still got kind of a splotch there. And And this one, it doesn't really matter that much if you get it kind of splotchy. Because I wanted it a little bit darker. And I didn't want it to be just uniform. So I kind of just held it like this and did halfway. And then I just turned it and did the same thing. So you could do this, like I said, if you wanted to do this in a different color so it didn't seem like Halloween at all, you certainly could. And I want it to be a little bit lighter in the middle. That looks pretty good. So now I have orange and black buffalo plaid instead of black and white. And while I have this out, I also did the same thing to my layer here. Now this I embossed with the time-worn type. And it's really just kind of a rustic, there's a little bit of typeface in there you can see. It does have some words, so there is a right and a wrong, and you probably won't be able to see that here, but the one that we found the easiest was this harvest. Once we found that, then we could see which way it goes. But the words, even though they're kind of fall related, they don't stand out that much, so nobody would know if you put this on a birthday card or a Easter card or whatever. So I'm just doing the same thing here. I'm just going around the outside of this. And that just gives it some more depth. So I'll just go all the way around. And you can do as much or as little as you want. I can't remember if I mentioned, but everybody that comments on this video on Facebook will be in the drawing to win this card. And I will draw next week before I go live again. Hopefully I will remember like I did tonight. So let's see, that was looking pretty good. I'm going to need a little more over here. Yeah, that's looking good. All right, I think that's good. We'll put this mess away before I get it everywhere. I didn't get too bad on my fingers, but we definitely want to put that away. That'll be a mess. Okay. Last thing we need to do before we put all this together is to punch our cats. So I'm going to get my punch out and line it up. And hopefully they won't go sliding off the end of my counter and I won't be able to get to them. I'm just grabbing a pair of scissors real quick so I can cut that off and get my punch down to the next cat. And do this. Whoa! Let me just throw my scissors, do the same thing. And let's get our last cat. Okay. And like I said, let's clean some of this away. Like I said, if you don't want to wait for the punch, these shapes are very easy to cut out. They're very simple shapes. Okay, we are ready to put everything together. And I have a pumpkin pie card base, but you'll notice how nice that looks now that we've inked around there or sponged around the edge of that. But before we put that together, let's put our buffalo check. And as usual, I'm going to use my Tombow liquid glue anytime I'm adhering to embossed pieces. It just sticks better than the seal does if your paper is embossed. So we're going to put this, towards the bottom, not right in the middle, like that. And then before we do anything else with that. I cut a piece of this mesh, what is it called? Metallic mesh ribbon. It was actually in last year's holiday catalog. And it was meant to be Halloween, you know, kind of like spiderweb, but I've used it on all sorts of things. I love it. It's one of my favorites. I'm hoping that they don't get rid of it anytime soon. So I just took it and just wrapped it. I just wanted something for my cats to kind of be on. And so I just tape it to the back. That's the easiest thing to do. There we go. And now we can put this on our card base. So I'll get my liquid glue out again. Make sure it's opening the right way. There we go. Put that right on the middle there. And then I just went ahead, since I had my liquid glue out, I took my sentiment and I put it down, again, not right in the middle, but down a little bit. And then for the cats, I put them on with dimensionals. So I started with the bottom one. I think I have these cut. So I'm using the edges. If you have these dimensional sheets, don't throw it away when you use all the inside, because you can just cut the edges. And they actually are great. You can cut long strips of them if you have a long sentiment or something that you want to pop up. So I'm going to put him down here. And then I'll do my gray granite one. So put another dimensional on him. And then last, my light smoky slate. Now, if your ink pad isn't needing re-inked in the middle like mine, you could just stamp off first. Mine just worked out well. It was kind of low on ink in the middle, and so it worked out perfectly. And then that one up there. And then that's it. There's our card. Super cute. I love this set. I was going to show you. So in Kay's team meeting on Saturday, we made a bunch of tags with this set. So I was just going to show you what we made there. And this is using some of that designer series paper. Thank you, Lenita. I'm glad you liked it. So these are just little tags that you could put. I mean, this is like a small card you could include with something, and this is a little tag. And you could put another little white on the back of that if you wanted, or you could write on it. Some of them you would want to put another piece of white. But this is, again, using some of that designer series paper. Here's one we're using the bat paper. Aren't they funny? Hanging upside down. And some of those stars, they're kind of glimmer. Yeah, there you can see glimmery stars. This one's using the skeletons. Now this one I had to cut out. There's no punch for it. But it was not hard to do. So little skeletons. I think this is one of my favorite papers, is this green with the houses on it. I added some spiders and have a fabulous Halloween. Just really cute. And then the last one with the little ghosts. Let me open it up. And so we used just like a strip of designer series paper. I think it was 2 by 6, and then you just cut it into 1 inch, 2 inch, and 3 inch pieces, and that's what you used for this. So it's a great way to use your designer series paper efficiently. And then these were extra pieces we had cut too, but for this one, you just use that one piece of 2 by 3. So you could get 3 of these type of little cards or tags out of one piece of designer series paper. And it comes with 48 pieces of paper. So I don't know what that is. 3 times 48, that's a lot. 130 or something. More than that. Anyway, a lot. But I wanted to share that with you because those were so cute. Okay. Don't forget, I forgot to mention this earlier, celebration. Still going on for another couple weeks is all. So we're running out of time for celebration. So don't forget, for every $50 you spend, you get to pick out something free out of this catalog. If you need one of these, just let me know. I can get one to you. All right, let's see who won the card from last week. This is the Feels Like Home, and it was Allison. So I will be getting this in the mail to Allison. One last thing, I have a Halloween. So if you like making Halloween cards, I have a Halloween card class, Monday, the 20th. The last day to sign up for it is this Friday. We are going to be making 3 Halloween cards. So here's one using this suite and some of the paper. This is the, I forgot what this is called. What stamp set. And this is actually using a celebration item. It's this Textures and Frames. It's just that stamp right there, just stamped 3 times. And then some of that black glimmer paper that carried over. That may be hard to see on camera, but it's, there you can see a little bit. It's really shimmery. And what I like about it is it's thin, so it's easy to cut out. And then the last one is using this same stamp set, the paper that I showed you, but we color the paper with blends. And then this is another celebration item. This is let me grab it because I have some right here. The celebration brochure does not do this paper justice because it is so fun. I don't know what it's going to show up like on camera, but it is really shimmery, and somebody said it looks like mermaid scales or something to them, but it is really just beautiful. In the catalog, you really can't tell how pretty it is, but I just cut a little wreath out of it to frame that. So these are the cards we'll be making Monday night. So if you're interested in that, be sure you can sign up through Facebook. You can drop me an email, however you want to let me know that you're going to be here, and I will have a kit for you. All right, I think that is it for tonight. I will put in, do a drawing for this next week, and I will get my blog set up so I can tell you the dimensions for this one. I think that's all. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you all next week. Good night.